Hello, everyone. I had so much fun with the other upload. I figured now's the time to do that again because another project came back up on the radar and it was brought to my attention. Of course, I don't go to telescam, so I didn't know what the heck was really going on, but people across social media brought it back up to surface again. I did coverage on it back in July. This SAITAMA V3. And back then, I pretty much ran them through the ringer because of the way they did what they did. And I was very displeased to see what they did because I felt if they were legit and if they had the best of intentions, which I couldn't say they did or didn't. I'm saying if they did, I felt that for whatever reason, they made bad decisions, how they named it, marketing, everything. What I want to do is refresh on exactly what it said back then, for which I need help. And I did track down the original video that I did for the SAITAMA V3. And just again, follow me here because just follow me here. Let's assume that person happens to listen to this video. Listen, guy, lady, whatever. I don't know, I do, but I'm disappointed because I got one question for you. Again, a question for you, whatever that terrible song is. I know what compelled you. I don't want to ask it that way. Why did you not take the time? See, marketing is a science. And if you really want this to be successful, certainly there had to be more common sense placed on the decision for the name than to simply call it SAITAMA anything. Because you already know that SAITAMA is a bad word in the minds of people in the ecosystem. But because you know that you're catering this to those in the SAITAMA ecosystem, I question why you would use a bad word to appeal to them. Good enough, right? And that was the summary, like of all names you could give this business. Why that? Why that one? Why not something else that was not that? Why would you do this? I know why. Like, it's not that I don't know why. I was disappointed that they chose that name. And so feel free to check out the whole video. It's roughly 25 minutes, but I covered start to finish. I covered the site. I covered everything I saw and the lack of fundamentals. And my summary again was I felt like these jokers could have done something. They could have had something there and they made the wrong call. And I even said, if you're serious, legit, and you want it to be what you said, which is I want to help out the SAITAMA community, and you're serious about it, I'm happy to help you to understand why these things were jacked up. Somebody responded on the YouTube video, and then he's changed his name. I'm assuming it's a he, has changed the name, but initially it was some weird name, and now it's called Christopher Robbins. Messaged at first and said, quote, "We see you, by the way. We already have NFTs. NFTs to me, yeah, listen, anybody who's listening to me knows I don't buy that. There's very few projects out there, NFT projects that I give a damn about. So doesn't work, brother. I need more. I need more. I'm holding them accountable. I'm holding them, comparing them to things like your Everrises of the world. I'm talking outside the bubble. What are you doing to stand out in the crowd? Because again, I've said I think people are tired of NFTs. I think that many of these projects are grasping at straws, frankly, in a bear market, and they'll use the bear market as an excuse. We can't, because there's some projects that are actually succeeding in spite of the bear market, so we cannot use that as an excuse. Then Mr. Robbins says, quote, "Message us on Twitter, let's talk, we'll explain. I want to level set any crypto project, whether I covered you or not, right? Let's understand how this works. How it works is you don't call me out and tell me to go message you. That's not the way it works. I don't chase. Crypto Talk Radio doesn't chase. If you like to have a chat with Crypto Talk Radio, Leicester, found at cryptotalkradio.net, I'm happy to chat with you. You will do it on my terms, which is there's a freaking Twitter account down here. So what you need to do is grab that because it's been there for months now. Grab it. You go to Twitter. You send a message to Crypto Talk Radio and we'll talk it out. No, it's not me trying to message you. And even if I wanted to, you don't even give the Twitter handle. I didn't want to cuss right there, but it's right there, people. So either you're lazy or you're trying to put out boss S. I'm trying not to cuss. Trust me, it's hard. So that's one. If you're on Twitter, which he said he was, do what you got to do. Message me, not the other way around. Even if I wanted to, you didn't give the freaking Twitter handle, but I wouldn't have even if you did because it's right freaking there. Send a message. That's why it's there. And it's pretty dang obvious if you actually look. CryptoTalkRadio.net is always at the top banner. You go to the site, there's a contact link. It's an open form that you can fill out and submit if you want that smoke. If you'd like to chat outside of this, you are free to message us straight on YouTube in the comments so that you're transparent. I don't care. All I'm saying is show respect, come correct, which is we want to talk to him because we think he can help us or we think he's got great ideas. We're going to take the steps and go and reach out to him so we can get that conversation going, not the other way around. And I'm not specific to you. That's exactly how I did Libero. No, you're not going to know. I didn't go to your telescam. I'm not going to your telescam. You contact me. I already give you 2 outlets by which to do so. That's the way it is. That's just the way it is. So fast forward now. And again, we've done this on other projects and I don't pretend to know why these things happen. I don't. I look for fundamentals. I look for obvious, because I'm looking at it as a prospective investor. I'm looking at it as, are you worth my freaking money? That's all I do. And there are certain things I look for and certain obvious things. At a summary, does it look like they just slapped this together and didn't have to try? They're not getting my money. That's really what I do. There's no magic science to this. It is show me you're worth my money. At the end of the day, that's all I'm really doing. So then I ignored it. I haven't followed it because it is what it is. And I even said in my initial video, check it out. I said it's probably going to do a pump and dump. And because this contract came from that SHIB real world drive, aka SHIB rewards, it did that craft and never recovered. And I said, likely that's what's going to happen to this business. Guess what? That's exactly what happened. I just want people to come back and give my credit when I call these things because they're obvious things. They're obvious. It has nothing to do with a personal gripe or beef. I said, if you're serious, contact me and I can help you. Maybe not with this one because the name's going to jack you up, right? Well, fast forward and I get some alerts, and if I end up laughing on this video, I'll apologize. I'm not going to be able to help it because it's a do. So here's what happened, right? The crypto demon, quote, for fuck's sake, can't make this shit up. SAITAMA V3 and Shinja V3 is good as rugged. So the devs have launched another crypto project called Pirate. Yarr. It's like they're telling you that they'll rob you with that name. And this came because of some messaging where somebody said, Roberto Ramos says, quote, when are you bringing the devs from SAITAMA V3, Moonwave, which is a whole different project I didn't even know about, and Shinja V3 here? You promoted those tokens. Now they've been abandoned and people lost money. BTFA is still working hard to make investors money. All you doing at this point is flooding everyone's bag at this point. Put the same energy to say the fucking V3s you promoted. Clearly frustrated, clearly upset in response to, quote, the guy, as in the developer of SAITAMA V3 and allegedly Shinja V3 and allegedly it's Moonwave, whatever, but certainly it's SAITAMA V3, allegedly, quote, handed the keys, so he's talking the wallet keys, over to a new dev, and it's been relaunched as Pirate Token. Okay? In my initial video, you will have heard me have said, I think you messed up with the name of this business. I don't know why that made any damn sense. And if you had named it anything else, I think you'd have been more successful. What I didn't mean, people, is to take a failure that you built wrong, set it out there wrong when you had to know it was going to mess up, and then try to spin up another token and do it all over again. Because you've already exposed, because what happened was Sandstorm and Tammy, right, both were saying, hey, this is how V3 is a thing. It's a thing. Take a look at it. You're going to make some money. And I said, that's right there. All of this was out there. So then people get this impression, and I even said in my initial video, it's not accurate to say that now because all the money's gone, because it's already at the crap out. People have already moved on. They see there's no opportunity for any profit, and it doesn't do anything in order to recover this. So now that they know that these two are associated to the project, their reputations have been harmed. Even if they're not directly like devs. I don't know. There's all sorts of theories. It doesn't matter. Point is, you've attached your name to this thing, and so people now are like, well, I'm just gonna go listen to this dude, right? So then, geez, the responses were hilarious, absolutely hilarious, absolute gold, pirates gold. If you want to go there, Barry Sanders, quote, prompted, them Saitama fudders are having crypto projects started, funding new projects, and then selling off. Alan Lee, quote, if people were stupid enough to put money into those, it is what it is. But then it didn't stop there. It didn't stop there because I was going and I'm like, okay, this is coming from Ponzi Slayer. Ponzi Slayer locked his freaking Twitter account because apparently he couldn't deal with the smoke, whatever. I'm not blocked by him as far as I can tell, but he locked his account so I can't see what he said. But then he's like, Dead Code 1 says, quote, I hate Saitama and I hate Saitama V3 even more. There's a saying, you reap what you sow. And then this is a screenshot of the Dex tools, Dex tools, pump and dump, which is what I said was going to happen. When I covered it, it would have been right around here. Let's see, August back, or even further back. So it probably went around here, somewhere around here, maybe ish. So pump and dump, exactly what it did. And then here, these are quotes, and I know the second one, it came from Sandstorm because that was one of the videos, and I heard that one. And then this one, I'm assuming that's Sandstorm, I don't know, but I'm protecting investors from getting fucked over. If it rugs or it's a real scam, I'll leave crypto forever and I'll apologize, absolutely. And I did hear him say this, if it rugs or it's a real scam, here's the thing. Did it rug by definition? No. Is it a scam? I don't know because I don't know exactly what caused specifically this pump and dump pattern. Could have just simply been people just dumped off the thing when they learned this isn't really associated with Saitama. That means it's not really a scam, but in my coverage, I said that you present yourself like a scammy project. I can't say it's a rug by definition because it's not that the dev took money out, as far as I can tell. As far as I can tell, people just got smart. They just wisened up and sold. And it is what it is, which I said was going to happen because it was associated to a bad word. That's what I think happened. So most people are saying, well, wait a minute. You said if it rugs, and it essentially rugged, you make a case, but I don't think so because it's not like there's not liquidity. It's not like you can't buy or sell it. It just has no value. It's not really a rug per se because we can't prove the dev took the money. So with the whole keys to a new coin, now, if that liquidity was taken to spin up this YAR pirate token, then it doesn't fit the qualification of a rug pull. It fits the qualification of a Ponzi scheme. Because what you would then be doing is spinning up this other token off the money from these other people over here to enrich these people over here. That would be a Ponzi scheme, not a rug pull. I just want to level set. There's a difference, although neither are good. Just to make sure we are clear, there is a clear distinction in what it is. So in what he said, technically he's not wrong, right? But people now, it's bad. Quote, Cobra Tate, complete failure. It's so easy to create a token in such great tokenomics. You get rewards in USDC. What a great project. Losers just like Tammy. Quote, Crypto Pimp 661, zoom out, which was, that's a term in cryptocurrency that it's not as bad as it looks like. It's just, zoom out and you'll see that it's good. In this case, if you zoom out, it looks like absolute horrid nonsense here. But then it didn't stop, right? So Sandstorm, quote, is it really, and this was a different response, a different message he said. Quote, is it really worth putting your reputation on the line to promote a dev that rugged a prior project while wallets that have never bought into a project keep dumping the current project exposed? I don't know specifically what was the impetus because I don't follow the back and forth drama of this stuff, but Johan Ballantine says, quote, so you're talking about you. Because after everyone's uncovering all your rug, pump, and dump projects like Saitama V3, Shinja V3, and Moonwave that are created by the same devs and you. Funny part is, you talk crap about YouTubers doing the same thing a few months ago. Hypocrite. And then Don Shadden, quote, he has no idea how the space works. Just another guy who speaks confidently so sheep follow. Zero-sum game, bro. Zero-sum game. New buzzword for your YouTube. All in response to this message because of the opinion that it was a rug pull, and simply because he was associated, because he did coverage on it, everybody's coming, it's all piling on him. But it kept going. User, Saitama, Sight of God, was talking about Saitama, talking about, you know what, look, Saitama was what it was, but it's down. I held as long as I could. I gotta leave this thing. I gotta leave this thing. Tammy, quote, keep your chin up. There's other great plays to be made in other communities. Your Da'im, quote, like Style V3, I made you scared by promoting that crap. But it kept going. User, Super D'Angelo Cited Pro says, quote, this pussy ass scammer keeps blocking my accounts because I called him out on his bullshit, referring to Sandstorm, who had blocked this person. And this person apparently is a Cited Pro, SAITAMA member. Cobra Tate, quote, that's the dev of SAITAMA V3, Tammy's husband, referring to Sandstorm. Now, this is the theory and the rumor floating around that I don't get into anybody's business. I don't care. It doesn't matter about who's married to who and all that crap. But the theory floating around is that Sandstorm is the developer of SAITAMA V3 and subsequently Shinja V3 and Moon whatever and all this, that he's a developer and that's why he's the one promoting it. And then Tammy was promoting it because apparently that's her husband and she stands by her man. I don't think it matters of who's married to who. And you can't prove who developed the thing. Teddy Ganja, who's a different influencer, came out and he's on the Shinja side and he said, oh, I can confirm that he's not a developer of any kind. Nobody can prove a thing. We don't know. We really don't know. I can tell you that the person that reached out to me had a name of Christopher. So either that's not a dev or whatever. Don't know. Kept going. Steve D'Angelo, quote, didn't know that. Now wonders. No wonder. He meant no wonder. She be promoting that scam with him. User Heavyweight Hank says, quote, I think Tammy wears the penis, right? Strap on, he's referring to, in their relationship. Kept going. Again, more Ponzi Slayer. Dead Code 1, quote, pay to get scammed. Fucking clown said he quit crypto and apologized to Tom V3 Rug. Waiting for that apology vid and exit, which is what Sandstorm had said. If it rugs or if it's a scam, I'll apologize and quit cryptocurrency. And the reason he hasn't done it is because it didn't really officially rug. It might qualify as a Ponzi, but then you have to, again, he didn't say if you lose money, I'll do it. He said if it's a rug, true rug, which by definition this isn't, it simply lost money. It's not that you can't buy, sell. You lost money because people sold, as far as I can tell, but I knew that was going to happen because the moment people get smart to the fact it's not associated to SAITAMA, or even because it is, like the fact that it is, would cause people to say, okay, screw this. And at the end of the day, I even said in the video, the profit's already gone. The profit's gone on this business. Anybody who's going to get rich has already got rich and they're gone. So you're not going to get rich off the thing. So if they want to say that I'm part to blame for it, sure, blame me if you want. I'm just, I'm saying that by definition, it's not a rug pull because you can't prove that the dev took money away from it. All you can prove is that it dumped. Well, it dumped because of anybody. It could have been anybody. Could have been the dev. Might not have been. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really qualify as rug pull. However, if that is true, which Sandstorm did say, took the keys to spin up a new token, and you took the liquidity with, that's the keys, the wallet, that would be a Ponzi scheme because you're enriching this group on this new token off the money from these other people over here. That's a Ponzi scheme by definition. I challenge you to look it up. So user Crypto Nick says, quote, will post Dogecoin come back from this? Also, who were the hex influencers that pushed this? Can I get some technical analysis? So I've never done hex analysis. And the reason I haven't is because while I watch it from a distance, I understand what it's trying to do. I think hex its time has passed. Like it feels like it's not going to get any better than where it is. It feels like bone, like from SHIB. It feels like it's just not going to get any better. I could get it wrong. Or it's that people are waiting patiently for this pulse chain and they're just kind of tentative. They don't know because it's been delayed and they don't know. I don't know, but I know it peaked at like 50 cents some odd and it's crapped down to 5 cents and it's just kind of wavering there. And you're wondering, well, why isn't it going any up? And it has a staking mechanism. I frankly think the website is crap for Hex. The staking site, I think it's crap. I think that they're forcing MetaMask, which is the worst wallet of them all. That means that their developers suck, frankly, in the DApp side. So I've never done, I've held it, but I've sold it, it's whatever. I've never felt that going all in. So maybe people are just waiting for the pulse chain Maybe. I don't know. However, user trustless fin says, quote, House of Top V3, you shield that. You also shield Pulse Con. Can we get technical analysis of both? Very creative response. Very creative response. To which Crypto Nick responds, quote, people went hard on shilling this though. I spoke a hex. I spoke about SAITAMA, he's referred to V3, on one tweet and told people when to take profits, which would have benefited him. Pulse Con is still happening. So what he's saying is, yes, I talked about the SAITAMA V3, which I did as well. And he said, take profits at this point. Okay. And then, move on. Trustless Finn responded saying, quote, dude, you posted multiple tweets bragging about your reflections and posting charts on taking profits, which I will give to you. It's still a shill. PulseCon's not happening. A lot of events unrelated to PulseCon are still happening though. This is one of those where I said that chart, the influencers already have the money. So if they were in early, and many of them were in the moment it launched and were shilling it the moment it launched, they took their money and they're out. They're done. There was I didn't see any profit opportunities. That's what he's talking about. But it kept going, people. So then there was this, fitness and site of fitness and all this crap that I don't follow and whatever. And Tammy responds, quote, where's your push-up video to this Jigsaw McGraw? Jigsaw McGraw, I never heard of the guy, but whatever. User Anna Wolf responds, quote, Tammy, where's your push-up? Did you participate in SAITAMA Fitness? Spelled wrong. Oops, I totally forgot. You were promoting SAITAMA V3 rug pull. At least you made some money, $250. Enjoy. It kept going. Tammy talked about haven't gotten any answer on the V2 airdrops for SAITAMA, which I haven't gotten any V2 airdrop. He says, when is it going to be done? When are we going to get the airdrops? It's a fair question. User Sergio says, quote, why aren't you asking questions to the piece of shit Sandstorm about SAITAMA V3 or Shinja V3? Y'all are such a disgrace to this space. It kept going. It kept going. CryptoVents 369, he was doing this back and forth about the SAITAMA V3. And this is where I said, it was like, okay, volume. All you need is the volume, do. That's what that was all it is. Like, okay, I made all this money. And Joker was the one, and I actually did a recording and I never published it. And maybe I need to, people like in the crypto business is like, geez, come on, man, this clown show. So I never followed it because I was like, you know what? It's not worth it. User 3M Gang says, quote, SAITAMA V3 breaks out and then everyone's money's gone forever. Joker and Sandstorm rugged everyone. They said it can't be rugged. Both had moved to other coins to rinse and repeat. Both are still friends, probably. Glad I stayed away. People, I understand why, again, what happened. I still maintain it feels like they just made a bad call in how they named it and what they were trying to do. And it was going to fail. It was doomed to fail. I legitimately can't see evidence of a rug. Ponzi, yes, because if they took keys, there's, but I don't see rug. I don't, because we can't prove who developed the thing. Everybody's got a theory. They can't prove it. And then here's Teddy Ganja, where he's saying, nope, he's not a developer. CryptoPimp661, quote, Sandstorm is a scam artist. He shilled rugs like the latest SAITAMA V3. How's that helping crypto? User, I am the same one for. And he's in response to Sandstorm. He's referring to Sandstorm asking for small cap projects, which a lot of the influencers do. Quote, weren't you the one who scammed everyone by shilling SAITAMA V3, which rugged? CryptoPimp661, Tammy was responding to somebody else about a different project that, was new and saying, okay, he understood your question. He just didn't like it. We're just trying to make it whatever. CryptoPimp, quote, forget about his English. Can you tell us why you shilled SAITAMA V3 scam to your followers? You claimed it was legit and wasn't a scam. People got wrecked. Listen, I'm not surprised. Again, what happened? I'm saying that ultimately from what I can see, and I'm going off what I can see, I don't see rug in this. I see Ponzi potential because of the moving of the keys. Until you can prove, I'm talking definitive proof, that Sandstorm or any of the other people who talked about it were developers of that project. And you can prove that their wallets took the money out, you can't say rug. You can't, because a rug pull means the dev did a thing that caught that where money was made available and then no longer made available. At the simplest form, that's a rug. This looks like it just crapped because it was a crap project because of the way they marketed it. They hooked into a bad word. So look at the two sides of this. Either people looked at this and they said, okay, you're not aligned to SAITAMA. I know you're not, and it's a scam, and I'm listening to the cult leader, and I'm not going to invest in this garbage. And they turned the cheek and went another way. Or they didn't do research. They bought into it thinking it was associated with SAITAMA, found out later it wasn't, and then dumped it. Those are the two people that were associated with this project. When I covered this business, I saw it was hardly getting any traction, hardly any movement. It had very low followers. I didn't see any upward trajectory. I didn't see it was going to go anywhere. And so I even predicted a pump and dump pattern. It was obvious. Just because it's a pump and dump pattern does not make it a rug. Again, moving of the keys would qualify as a Ponzi scheme if that's what happened. And the blockchain will bear that out. So if this YAR pirate token comes out and we see that liquidity was literally moved from this business here over to that YAR pirate token, that would qualify as a Ponzi scheme, just as an educational point. Not a rug, which means that essentially Sandstorm's off the hook because he only said he was quitting if it's a rug or a true scam, right? He didn't say I'll quit if it happens to Ponzi you. I'll quit if it's a honeypot. I'll quit if it's anything where you lose money. He didn't say that because he's smart. He's smart. He knows. So did people lose money? Absolutely. I tried to warn people, but people don't listen to me and come back and give my credit when I call these things of it's obvious. Like the fundamentals are obvious in what was missing here. Because if the person was legitimate in their desire to help people, again, they could have gone about it differently and had a better outcome. And instead, they hooked into a bad word. Like even now, SAITAMA V2 is struggling. They don't have the holder counts. It's nowhere close to where it was. It's trending downward even when we do get green. SAITAMA V2 is still hurting. They've already had more failures. The announcement about the whole SAITAMA shutdown, SAITAMA's already in a bad state and it hasn't recovered. So why would you create a project around something that's failing? Like that was my thought. And that's all I really cared about is you could have done better than this. Because if you really were serious, you could have hooked into the sediment loss with a different project name and say, we are different. We are standalone. This is what we are, but we're trying to help the community over here, but we are truly independent. We have nothing to do with them because we don't want to because they're screw ups. Like messaging, marketing, and they didn't do it. And that was my disappointment. So if you were in this business, I'm sorry, because it did significantly lose the money that was in there. But as I said, if you listen to my initial video, the money was already made. The influencers most likely already made the money, were already long gone, and it was not going to go anywhere because the marketing plan was never going to be successful. Because either they avoided it because it's a bad word, or they got into it and then later got out because they realized it was not associated to SAITAMA. One of the two was going to happen. It was a matter of time. And that's what the chart shows me. It shows me exactly what I said was going to be the truth, which is this ain't going to last. It's not sustainable. Anybody who wanted just quick pump, they got quick pump and they're off and running to something else. If they spin up the pirate token, the problem is, again, you've already associated to certain influencers and you've attached your name. It's like that whole strange genie. You've attached your name to projects that have caused people to lose money. You're just hurting your reputation when you do that, which is why I was so critical about them choosing this path, because this would have been the opportunity to do it right. This would have been the opportunity to create a project that actually was going to sustain and do it correctly, but create your own brand instead of hooking into something else that you knew was a failure. Because I see failure. I don't see specifically rug pull. I don't see it. I know people feel that, right? Because of the chart, you're free to feel how you feel. I'm saying from a technical perspective, it doesn't qualify as a rug pull, but it might qualify as a Ponzi if they're using the liquidity from this failure to spin up this other token. Then that would qualify as a Ponzi. And I challenge you to look up the dictionary definition of said and confirm what I'm saying to be the truth.